Hello, everyone. This is a special edition of Hutch's Weather here on a Sunday night as we talk about a mixed bag of trick heading our way into the beginning of our new month and our new work week. Some of us will see rain, sleet, and snow, but not all of us. I'll have the very latest in what you need to know coming up right now. But first, a quick message from my friends at Robert Gibbons Sons. Say you want to keep up to date with the latest updates with regards to your HVAC system. Regular maintenance is really important, and let the folks at Robert Gibbons Sons take care of you, the most experienced staff. And not only that, they've been at it for 110 plus years here in the area. Give them a call today. Let them know Hutch sent you, and they'll keep things running smooth as silk. Now let's take a look at what's going on. And if you do have a question on Hutch's weather, one of the beauties is we get a chance to talk about it. Now, again, storm system isn't until Tuesday. Monday's going to start out a fantastic beginning to the work week. We're talking about some beautiful weather there. Drop me a note if you're watching. Let me know where you're watching from. And if you do have a specific question regarding this weather system. But for now, here's a look at what we have going on. We're going to take a look at a couple of models and show you that not everything agrees, but let's get right to the forecast facts. First and foremost, here's a full screen of what I'm showing you. This is a timestamp snapshot of this system as we go into the morning hours on Tuesday. Many of us will start seeing some spits and sprinkles of rain after midnight on our Monday night. In South Dakota, it begins a little earlier. By the time we get to Tuesday morning, rain spreads across Minnesota and Wisconsin, a mixed bag of trick through the south. Up north, nada yet, and then there'll be a secondary band of snow shower activity setting up. Here's the main band of precipitation working its way through. Rain, a sleet mixture with some icing and snow. Unbelievable after temperatures hit near 50 degrees for your marvelous Monday, and then a less than terrific Tuesday for those that don't want snow. Now, many of us won't see much in the way of accumulation. Let's get right to Hutch's forecast. Here's what I think. I think we're going to see a trace to a half of an inch of snow across much of southeast North Dakota. But by the time you get to, say, Hankinson and maybe even the Fergus Falls area and Point South, a few of you will have a half inch to an inch. So I've got this whole gray area labeled a trace to an inch of snow. But look at this. You get down south near the I-90 corridor down there and I-35 north of the Twin Cities. There's going to be some areas that pick up between 2 and 6 inches of snow. Some could see a little bit more on that I-35 corridor north of the Twin Cities. So keep that in mind. Here's what I want you to keep in mind as well. This system could bring a chance for some very slippery streets and roads out there as we go through. So that is the details. This is Tuesday, by Tuesday night at 10 o'clock. Good evening, Kathy. Good to have you on board. Thanks so much for watching. I sure appreciate all of you out there. Let's take a look at a couple different models with this, and we're going to load up the first one here and show you that as we go into the day tomorrow, things are pretty quiet, but things do change in a pretty rapid fashion as we go into the day on your Tuesday morning. So here's Monday, most of it pretty good. We start out with quiet conditions. It stays that way. By the afternoon, we could see spits of rain, but our atmosphere not totally saturated yet, so it'll take a bit of time. I think the best chance of rain begins as we go into the late night hours, after dinner, and for some of us here in the Southern Valley, after midnight. Heavier rain showers are possible in Minnesota, but guess what? We really need it there. Sheila, good to have you on board. Thanks for watching. Hey, if you're watching on the old YouTube channel, thank you very much for checking out Hutch's Weather. If you have a question anywhere in the country, I'll show you what's going on elsewhere as I take this to a national level. Oh my goodness, look what the cat dragged into the mountains of Montana and the mountains of Colorado with some heavy bands of snow south of Metro Denver. We're talking in and around those folks in Colorado Springs, expecting up to 9 inches of snow or maybe more there. This is the same system that will be impacting our area with rain. Notice the spiraling bands of rain showers through South Dakota just kissing by Monday night the Southern Valley. And in Minnesota, this particular model says we could have, well, a few of us here in northern Minnesota seeing some heavier bouts with some showers of rain. Now, temperatures during the day will be very mild, but as we go into the evening, they cool off a bit, and we'll start to see this mix with some icing. So this area of, I don't know what color that is there, peach, that peach color from Fargo down to Aberdeen on this model, showing that there's a rapid cutoff to nothing as you go up towards Hillsboro and on up towards Grand Forks and Devil's Lake. Snow showers beginning in the elevated terrain of the Black Hills of South Dakota. That's what it looks like there. And then as we go in, we'll see some slippery roads developing as we go towards your daybreak on Tuesday. So watch for that. And again, check hutchesweather.com for the latest road conditions as you get your day started on Tuesday. Heading through the rest of the day, this is going to cool off a bit and we'll start seeing it transition to snow. So it begins as rain showers Monday night, mixed for some, and then snow on top of it for a concoction for your Tuesday evening commute that could be slippery. Here's the good news. Not all models show the snow this far north. And in fact, I showed you my forecast moments ago, and I'm not thinking we're going to see much of anything more than a dribble here in the FM area. Although I do think we'll see some slippery conditions. Nathan, good to see you. Gary, good to see you. Let's go ahead and type a note here. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. It was pretty nice. It took a while to warm up, but it's feeling good. This is one model. Now let's go to model number 2. And I do want to point out again, not all models are agreeing on the track, and I am more leaning towards the solution that the European model has been showing, and that's a more southerly track to this system. So I'm going to jump on board with that right now and get this picture up here and switch it over. We'll show you the European model and show that as this system progresses into the region from the south, we'll get the rain. Look at where it is, farther south. This is by midnight on Monday. So I think our chances will be best for rain showers at midnight on Monday. Look at that secondary band of snow moving out of Montana, sliding through Bismarck, and then into the Southern Valley as we go into your Tuesday. And this is noon, okay? So here's the main core of the low pressure system with the heavier bands of precipitation moving through and along the South Dakota border with Nebraska. That's where the heaviest stuff will be. It would not be fun to drive there. In Colorado and in Kansas, we're going to see some pretty wintry conditions in those states as this system works its way through. So this model, I do believe, has a better grasp on it, but I will point this out. Check this nonsense out. The European model says by Tuesday night late, we could have a good old-fashioned winter storm taking place in parts of southern Minnesota. This is down there in that Rochester area and areas south of the Twin Cities. So there are some big-time differences in these models yet. We have one more day to kind of get things figured out. Warren says, had a great Saturday morning, smoking some ribs. That sounds so great out there. It's good to get the grills out and start going again. Notice the gusty winds with this. This is storm potential. So that means wind and snow. Is it blizzard potential? You know, we are very careful with throwing out that term, but I will say this. With this much wind, the isobars this close together, we're going to have gusts over 40 miles per hour in parts of southern Minnesota and into Iowa, particularly the western half of Iowa as this system works its way through. And notice it continues to trek out to the east as it weakens and high pressure builds in, setting the stage for a quieter close to the week. So that's a look. Hey, Dana, good to have you on from Sharon. Hope you had a nice weekend. I did. And Dana, thank you for checking in. Nicole watching from Barnes County. Hope Valley City's going good. Are you in the Valley City area? I hope you had a great weekend there as well. Okay, let's take a look now at another model. Just for giggles, this is the Canadian model, and this is a little bit more high resolution. Let me get this one out here and show you that this model too is more in agreement with the track of the storm system that was the European model. Notice the rain showers here as we go after midnight on Monday night. And now as we get towards daybreak, look at where this is. There's Fargo. Everything's south of Fargo. So if you're in Richland County, if you're down here in that Osgood area and point south, you'll have a better chance at seeing some mixed precipitation that does change over to snow as we go into the day. Notice again, staying south of Fargo. Now, if you have flight plans, check with your local airport and whatnot. There could be some wind and snow here in South Dakota. You see the dark blues there? That is the main event. Heading through the Iowa and South Dakota border right here, that's Sioux City, Sioux Falls, heavy duty snow potential there. Brian, thank you for your stars, my friend. I do appreciate that so very, very much as this goes through. So I hope I'm answering your questions. Why don't you drop a comment right now? I have a question for you. When it comes to Hutch's weather, do you like the conversational style, or would you rather me just get to the forecast graphics and then save questions for later? Why don't you let me know your thoughts on this? Because I'm still formulating how things go here, and it's wonderful to have the two-way conversation, but I understand some of us just want to get the forecast and run. All right, now, so that's a look at a couple different models with the snowfall potential with this system, but or the snowfall track. Now let's look at the snowfall potential. Now, what we're going to do is take a look at this. And this snowfall water to liquid equivalent or liquid to snow equivalent is going to be very difficult with this storm system. We're going to have rain that changes to snow. Some of you will get more rain, so it can get pretty difficult, but this model does show, again, like I said, a ½ inch or less for most in the Fargo area and northern Minnesota. Now this model shows big time snow potential over 6 inches in and around Sioux City, Iowa, in and around Valentine, Nebraska, in and around places like Watertown, Nebraska. And look at this. The Sisseton Hills could have some measurable snowfall there in Sisseton. So thanks so much. I like learning about the weather. Dana, I love talking about the weather. For the better part of 20 years, I taught meteorology to college students here in North Dakota, and I wouldn't trade that experience for anything. It's a lot of fun to talk about the weather and really to use what we've learned about the weather to speculate on why certain things happen. Loretta, thank you so much. I appreciate your conversational style request there. I like that as well. And Tracy, how about Kitson County? Look it up here. You'll be lucky to see a flake out of this system. It might happen. You might get a few flakes. Less wind up there. And we're going to talk about the chance for snow being pretty light. So this is, again, a look at a second model. I do think Hutch's forecast is going to be what happens here, but we may have to adjust it a little bit either way because we have one more day before the models are really going to get this storm system, which is just now really getting going. And what I'm doing here while my head is turning is I'm loading up the Right Now radar because this will show you some amazing stuff across the nation. Dana, the way I've been doing it is the way you like it, and thank you so much. Here's the national view. Check this out. We have good old rain showers working their way through Texas. This is Dallas, eastern parts of Oklahoma, and the western parts of Arkansas, otherwise known as Arkansas. Now, the western portion of the United States. This is a storm system that'll be rolling over the Rockies as forming as a Colorado low and moving into the Central Plains. And that is why we're going to have places like Omaha, Duluth, Des Moines, and then on in towards Minneapolis and point south, seeing some pretty heavy snow and wind. And it is going to impact the Colorado Rockies. How so, you say? Check this nonsense out. This is a look at some of the forecast snowfall amounts by my friends at the National Weather Service offices out there across the nation. Check this out, would you? This is a look at what's going on across the nation with regards to watches and warnings. You see this? This is Colorado. There's Colorado Springs. 2 to 9 inches of snow is expected there from this Colorado low. The yellow is here in Colorado, Cheyenne, Wyoming, and that Laramie Saddle in the Rockies right here. The panhandles of both Nebraska, western Kansas, all the yellow winter storm watch for those areas. So if you're traveling through those particular parts of the country, be advised that there's going to be a chance for some pretty unsettled. We have no weather headlines in our area as of right now, but we do have some wild weather that will be taking place, and that is a certainty. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of things temperature-wise with regards to the forecast, because tomorrow is going to be spectacular indeed. Here's Hutch's forecast for the overnight hours. We're going to be in the 20s. It'll be lower 20s to mid 20s up north, and we're talking mid to upper 20s, not far from 30 degrees in places like Pelican Rapids, Fergus Falls, 26 for Bismarck and Glendive, Montana, basking in double threes. 33 degrees for you folks as you start your day. Southeast wind 2 to 11 miles per hour. The coldest weather in the oil patch, Crosby. Look out. Oh, I'll tell you what, looks like teens for you now as we go into the afternoon. Oh, look at this heat. The heat is on. I'm sticking with 49 for Fargo. We very well could hit a 50 burger as we flip into the forecast period. But I will say, the best chance of those 50s is going to be in Gwinner and Hankinson. It's going to be a winner. Oaks, you got a good shot at 50 there, as well as my friends in Ypsilanti. You can look up at your friends north of you in Jamestown and just kind of go, woo, we got 50 and you didn't in Jamestown because you only got to 48 degrees. I don't think we do that around here, but I got to tell you what, we're all going to be close to that 50-degree mark, and that does include Thief River Falls. You get up here in Warroad and the northern counties, a little bit cooler out there. Light winds, a lot of sunshine, though, and a very pleasant day. Here's that first full work week of the month of March and a couple of reminders for you. And this does not look like the right graphic, as a matter of fact. I don't know what happened to that. In the meantime, I'm going to pull back to the other graphic here, showing the snowfall forecast, and then I will get that other graphic fixed because something is not right. Okay, again, snowfall forecast. This is by Tuesday night. It begins Monday night late, midnight. rain showers. Then by the time we get into Tuesday, mixed, meaning ice. There's going to be very slippery roads, even though this does not look like a big deal to most of the area with regards to how much we get as far as snowfall goes. It is going to be a big deal in southern parts of Minnesota and eastern parts of Minnesota, so keep all that in mind. Yeah, I'm sorry here as my eyes are wandering. I'm just kind of opening a file up here to see why in the world. Here we go. I'm going to refix this 7-day. Give me one moment here. Pardon me, and I apologize for that. I'm going to have to go ahead and go with this. Let's go with save as. Oh, I see what happened there. It went to the wrong spot. Okay, so I did build my 7-day forecast, but it went to the wrong spot because I wasn't thinking, Lincoln. All right, speaking of Lincoln, Nebraska. You could be seeing some significant snow out in your neck of the woods out there as well. Okay, so now let's see if the 7-day is updated here. And Shazam, there it is. Okay, so on the 3rd, on Monday, we have a Wowza McWowzies kind of day. I've been talking about that. Spits way south late. We're talking after 8 to 10 o'clock. 49 for Fargo. We dropped 10 degrees on a gusty Tuesday. I think most of the snow showers will be south of Fargo. I think our roads get a little wet. And with temperatures falling into the 20s, Tuesday afternoon and evening could be a little bit on the cool side and a little bit on the slippery side. 33 degrees for your Wednesday, as we will be a cool one there as this storm system exits. It will still be snowing Wednesday morning out near the Twin Cities, and maybe even heavily, so keep that in mind. Mostly spectacular Thursday, partly sunny on Friday, and then check it out. Are you kidding? Is it daylight savings time? Almost. Don't forget, it's that time of the year where we're going to have to spring forward with our clocks. And look at our temperatures springing forward. Yes, just like a rabbit, going from near 40 degrees on Saturday to near 50 degrees next Sunday. And I'm seeing here tell of models popping 60s. You heard me right. Hutch Johnson saying, I'm seeing models on Tuesday, okay, of the following week that we will have some places in central and possibly eastern North Dakota hit 60-degree weather. I think it will happen in parts of South Dakota. That's a look at your forecast. Hey, I got to tell you, I really thank and appreciate everybody who's taken the time to check out hutchesweather.com. Hutchesweather.com is your source for weather information. And as you get into Tuesday, if you are going to be doing some details here, I want to let you know, you can get the latest in your road conditions right here. So if the roads seem slippery, take a look at the road conditions. These are always updated by our hardworking DOT folks, okay? And they're not just for North Dakota. It's North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota. I even have Colorado in there. I got Montana. I got Minnesota. I even got that's fun to say when you're not thinking. Saskatchewan and Manitoba. Okay, so we got your road conditions covered here on Hutch's Weather. And please don't forget about my fine sponsors at hutchesweather.com. Any of these fine sponsors up here or at the bottom of my page are what makes Hutch's Weather a possibility. So please frequent them. My friends over here at the NTROTC. This is a wonderful site, and I want to tell you why. It is a location where if you click on this logo, it has a link to many Minnesota area live webcams. So it is a network of cameras that are streaming live video, not just pictures, and they're co-located with railroad locations. That includes Wadena, it includes Perham, it includes Little Falls, Duluth, and of course Moorhead, Minnesota is on board. So you can use this network of numerous cameras to take a look at that. So thanks again to NTROTC for being a partner with Hutch's Weather here on hutchesweather.com. I really do appreciate you, and we will definitely be sharing this as we go through some events. So that's hutchesweather.com. One of the other fun things about hutchesweather.com is you, and it's you sharing photos like these that you see here. Head over to hutchesweather.com, click on the photo viewer pics icon, and that is where you can upload your videos and photos of awesome weather. Like, look at these beautiful mid-level, so they're alto clouds. Alto is the mid-levels of the atmosphere, and they're kind of a breaking up stratus, so alto stratus type clouds there. A little bit of a cumuliform to them, a little puffy because the stratus layer is breaking up, but still, what a wave pattern forming there. Beautiful clouds, beautiful northern lights, beautiful melting going on as well. So thanks to all of you for taking part in Hutch's Weather. Hey, Candy, I like the way you're doing it. Thank you very much for your feedback, and I do appreciate each and every one of you for your support on Hutch's Weather. Leora says, enjoying your current format. Your comprehensive weather helps me understand why. Keep it up. Well, thank you so much for being a frequent and basically loyal viewer of Hutch's Weather to each and every one of you. Thank you very, very much. Cheryl says, thank you so much. I do appreciate all of you for sending stars. Carol says, weather is treating us so nice. Appreciate you and those who sponsor me. Thank you so much, Tiffany. I appreciate all the photos that you always share. You have an eye for snapping and capturing some of the best in the region. Thank you for the things that you upload to our page and what you contribute. Rita, thanks for watching. Bonnie, thanks for watching. Are the planets still in alignment in their parade? Yes. These things transition and change slowly, so they're still out there. We should have clear skies tonight. I definitely saw Venus, that very bright star out there, and that's one of the planets, okay, that was rolling through the skies. Hey, if you happen to be a night photographer and likes to get out there, then why don't you upload a couple of these pictures of the planet parade out there? It really is cool. There's something called the elliptical. It's the path that would be the center path for all of the planets to take as they're taking their orbit around the sun. And most of the planets fall pretty close in line with that elliptical. So you might see one of the brighter planets like a Venus slide down that way and head toward the horizon first. And then after it, you'll see another planet that's kind of on that same track. That's what you're looking at there, is near the elliptical is what that's called. So check it out. Yes, indeed, Bonnie, there's a chance of that. 40s are good. I'll take it. Bonnie says, good for you. Warren, dad joke alert. What did Tennessee? Oh, what did Tennessee? The same Arkansas. The same Arkansas. Very good. I like dad jokes. Those are fun. I've been guilty of saying way too many. That is a look at your weather. I want to share with you that I will be doing some traveling this week. And so you will see Hutch's weather right here. I will continue to keep you updated because I'm committed to doing so, and I'll do it remotely. But in the meantime, as we go through the week, there's a chance that I might be just a little bit here and a little bit there, but it's going to be fun. So we'll keep you updated with the weather. Thanks for watching. For now, have a wonderful evening. If there is anything at all that changes with regards to our snow chances, I'll keep you updated right here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support, and have a great rest of your weekend.